Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown Dark. Thank you for joining us. And I'm your host, Delzinski. Maynard Raig away on another assignment. So it's up to me tonight to call the action. And we are starting things off with one-on-one singles competition as Prince Pretty, Tyler Breeze, makes his way to the ring. And this is our first opportunity to get a good look at Gorgeous. And Shane McMahon will be paying close attention. He's given Breeze this opportunity tonight to see if he can impress. And of course, if he does, he might just end up on an episode of SmackDown in the near future. But it's going to be a tough night for Tyler, albeit that it doesn't look like he's too concerned at the moment, taking a few selfies here in front of the crowd in attendance at SmackDown Dark. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us in a busy week here on Universe. If you did not catch SmackDown last night, you can still do so on demand. Make sure you head to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and have the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with all things for this season of Universe. But Tyler Breeze, cool, calm, and collected, all ahead of his first matchup. It's going to be really interesting to see how Tyler Breeze gets on. And Tyler Breeze is going to have to bring his A game if he is going to topple the leader of the Yes Movement, Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan has had his own troubles in recent weeks with the Kings of Wrestling, Cassius Ohno and Cesaro. Ever since Daniel Bryan came to the aid of John Cena at WrestleMania, the Kings have targeted Daniel Bryan on occasions. Bryan has got the better of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, but the two-on-one offensive is beginning to prove very difficult for Bryan to control. We've seen a couple of times on SmackDown Daniel Bryan approach Drew McIntyre to lend a helping hand to take the fight to the Kings of Wrestling, but McIntyre hasn't been interested. McIntyre, on that losing record, of course, hasn't been able to pick up a win since WrestleMania and losing the World Heavyweight Championship and now Universal Championship to Rey Mysterio. So McIntyre has his own battles, and Daniel Bryan is having to take on the Kings on his own, but now tonight he gets an opportunity to tie up with Tyler Breeze. And the crowd here on SmackDown Dark clearly behind Bryan. The Yes Movement in the building. And Breeze tried to cast away Daniel Bryan, didn't really work, and all that's ended up is that Bryan is on the offensive. The kicks, the trademark kicks of Daniel Bryan, the yes kicks of D-Bry going to work, and Breeze down in the corner, not the start that Gorgeous would have liked, but Tyler Breeze kicked to the midsection, and Breeze is going to have to keep on top of Daniel Bryan. Like I said, Shane McMahon will be watching. I'm sure him and Big Show will be looking on and weighing up the option of bringing Tyler Breeze to SmackDown on the main roster as Breeze took his time, came to the outside, and Bryan was waiting for him, went to grab the boot, but Breeze kicks away Daniel Bryan. Kind of lucky. I actually thought that Breeze took too long, but Breeze still in control. So he sends Daniel Bryan into the ring, referee up to the count of 2. And Daniel Bryan, slow to get to his feet. Now he's up and receives a knee right between the eyes for a trouble to the nose. Could break a nose, and Breeze now getting a bit more aggressive. Leapfrog over the top, and Daniel Bryan puts the brakes on. Elbow to Gorgeous, trying to rearrange the facial features of the male model that is Tyler Breeze. And Tyler Breeze replies by snapping the knee of Daniel Bryan. But Bryan evades the drop kick of Breeze and now sends Tyler Breeze off the ropes. Cuts underneath does Daniel Bryan. Leapfrog over the top and a knee to the gut of Tyler Breeze. 50-50 contest so far. Felt like Daniel Bryan got off to the quickest start, but Tyler Breeze gradually found his way back into this match, and now Bryan beginning to get on top once again, but Tyler Breeze puts a stop, or went for the DDT I'm sure, but Daniel Bryan puts the brakes on. European uppercut from Bryan. And Breeze sent off the ropes again. Tries the hip toss, gets it the second time. Didn't get the leverage the first time. Stayed strong. And Bryan succeeded. And now punches, lefts and rights and kicks to Tyler Breeze. And Daniel Bryan heads off the ropes. And a drop kick right to the back, and that's going to do some damage. The pressure of the drop kick to the back and hanging across that middle rope was Tyler Breeze, and Bryan gets a 2 count. Breeze up to his feet though. And that's where Breeze has got to remain. He's got to stay and keep the pressure on Bryan, and Bryan now hangs tough, holds on to the ropes, but Tyler Breeze with a beautiful drop kick, a gorgeous one, that has sent Daniel Bryan to the outside. And now Tyler Breeze wants Bryan up, heads out. Should be wise to get moving this time, and he does. The double axe handle catches Daniel Bryan. The first time these two went to the outside, I thought that Tyler Breeze was a little bit off the pace. Not anymore. Oh, and Daniel Bryan head first into the barrier. And the fans here in attendance getting a great look at the action as these two WWE SmackDown superstars go at it here on SmackDown Dark. And Breeze heads up to the top rope. Tyler Breeze diving clothesline, caught Bryan. In for impact move, and a 2 count, and Daniel Bryan just got the shoulder up. And I'm sure the Kings of Wrestling, if they are watching, will be enjoying what they've just seen. Tyler Breeze doing their dirty work for them. And also potentially, if he could give Daniel Bryan a loss, I'm sure that would put a smile on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions' face. But, I mean, there's a long way to go in this one yet. As Tyler Breeze sends Bryan off the ropes. And leapfrog by Breeze. Both men very agile, and an atomic drop. Ooh. That is a painful move, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! 1, 2. Oh, and Bryan again just gets that shoulder up. An impaler DDT drove Daniel Bryan headfirst into the mat, but Bryan gets the shoulder up and an enziguri. Well, this is the best moment for Tyler Breeze, and, well, a bit of the Karate Kid coming through. Wax on, wax off, and all that stuff. Bryan trying to get back in this matchup, but Breeze at this current time too strong. And Tyler Breeze unloads, and again he taunts Daniel Bryan. That may come back to haunt the gorgeous one. And there you see why, because Daniel Bryan will not let anybody stand there and taunt him like Tyler Breeze just did. And Daniel Bryan drives the elbow into the point of the chest of Tyler Breeze. And to be fair, Tyler Breeze should really know that Daniel Bryan isn't going to let him just stand there and taunt him. If he was going to do that, then he wouldn't stand a chance against the Kings of Wrestling, who have mocked Daniel Bryan constantly. And Breeze gets a 2. Once again, Bryan was on the verge of defeat one more time. Hurricane Rana and a beauty. There has been some nice offense from Tyler Breeze throughout this match. I'm sure General Manager Shane McMahon will be impressed with what he's seen thus far. But Bryan, European uppercut, kick to the leg. He has been working the leg of Tyler Breeze. Hasn't shown signs of too much damage though, Breeze, in that department. And oh, smart from Tyler. Held onto the top rope and oh, an awkward landing. Unlucky for Breeze. It seemed to work out to do more damage to Bryan. And now, Prince Pretty turns Daniel Bryan inside out with the neck breaker. And of course, Daniel Bryan has a history of neck issues. Really smart. And Breeze gets a 2 once again. Well, if Daniel Bryan thought he was going to come out here and steamroll over Tyler Breeze, he was wrong. He was mistaken. I don't think he would have. I don't believe Daniel Bryan would ever underestimate anybody, considering most of his career he has been underestimated and classed as an underdog. And Tyler Breeze again taunts and, well, somehow didn't get caught. I think he took way too long, but still has the offense, but maybe not for long, because Daniel Bryan hits the top rope. Missile drop kick. And our official, well, the same official who in my opinion bought Jeff Hardy some time in last night's event on SmackDown, may just have bought Tyler Breeze some time, but not much, because Daniel Bryan just hit Tyler Breeze right in the head. And now submission applied. Trying to drain the life out of Gorgeous and force Tyler Breeze to tap out. Our official now well positioned, but Breeze gets to his feet. Bryan lands on his feet, comes forward, super kick on the button. This could be all. 1, 2, yo, no, only 2. Well, Tyler Breeze put Daniel Bryan flush, clean. And now Breeze wants Bryan up. Maybe he was looking for the unprettier, didn't get it instead. Double underhook and wow, butterfly suplex. Nearly threw Breeze all the way across the ring. Great counter. Oh, and Daniel Bryan beginning to feel it as the yes movement begins to get behind. And Daniel Bryan, tope suicida. My goodness. And the yes chants rain down here on SmackDown Dark. And this has been an awesome contest. This was worthy of SmackDown, that's for sure. Breeze is going to have to suck it up and try and find a way to stop this offense from Bryan, but the kicks just keep coming. So does the uppercuts. Another one, and Breeze is dazed. Sent off the ropes, pulled back in, and another uppercut right on the jaw. And Daniel Bryan looking for a chancery. Looks like that's the case. And oh, Tyler Breeze didn't want to be in there too long. Elbow finds a way to break free. Breeze is up, face to face, forearm shot from Tyler. And Breeze sends Bryan to the corner. Bryan, well, Tyler Breeze went to unload, but Daniel Bryan stopped him. And now Tyler Breeze perched on that top rope. Daniel Bryan looking to take a risk. Will it pay off? Back suplex, no! Instead, a counter and a beauty into the crossbody from Tyler Breeze. And that caught Daniel Bryan off guard. Oh, and then snaps the throat under that bottom rope. Oh, and rifled Daniel Bryan. Well, but Bryan comes back and oh! Well, he got snapped across the bottom rope and then he got hung across the top. But Bryan somehow fights on, and those kicks that have served him well in this matchup, they are the strikes, the offense that lead him forward. And another uppercut. Bryan looks tired, and Breeze miscalculated the super kick, but Bryan didn't with the drop kick. Daniel Bryan heading to the top. Our official warning Bryan. Flying goat. But Daniel Bryan missed it. Breeze has an opening. Will he take it? Unprettier. 1, 2. And Tyler Breeze was a second away from knocking off Daniel Bryan. And well, he's impressed tonight. But to score the victory as well would have been a bonus. Would have been the icing on the cake. Would have been the selfie that Breeze would have wanted. But he hasn't captured that selfie yet. This matchup continues. What a great contest here on SmackDown Dark, and this is why you don't want to miss the action here on Dark. More amazing matchups. And Bryan, he's still in it. Went for the drop kick in the corner instead. Turned inside out in the corner as Breeze sidestepped him, and then Breeze makes a mistake. A catalogue of errors between the two, but Daniel Bryan, yes lock. Where did that come from? And Breeze taps out. Just like that, Daniel Bryan forces Tyler Breeze to tap out. After a few errors between the two, it was Bryan that got the defining move. It was the yes lock. As you see, the unprettier from Tyler Breeze, but it wasn't enough. And Breeze was forced to tap out by Daniel Bryan. But what a contest! And you have to think that Shane McMahon will indeed be impressed by Tyler Breeze here on SmackDown Dark. But it is a fact, Daniel Bryan picks up the W here tonight on Dark in our opening contest. Yes, yes, yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, next week on SmackDown, the Samoan Destroyer, Samoa Joe, will be in action. It'll be interesting to see how Joe reacts to all the goings on between Mike Kanellis and the Beast Brock Lesnar. But Joe will be in action next week on SmackDown. Welcome back to SmackDown Dark and our second matchup here this evening. And as I just mentioned, Samoa Joe will be on SmackDown next week. Very interesting stuff, of course. Brock Lesnar going where Samoa Joe goes, almost stalking the Destroyer after, of course, Samoa Joe has choked out the Beast Incarnate in consecutive weeks and then has been absent from SmackDown after doing so. So the Beast has just been getting more and more frustrated, and unfortunately for Mike Kanellis, he's been feeling the brunt of Brock Lesnar. But right here, right now, in our second contest, we have a superstar from NXT stepping up to SmackDown once again for General Manager Shane McMahon to take a good look. And it is Lio Rush. Lio Rush is a high flyer. I'm sure you've seen him down on SmackDown. And he is ready tonight. He is primed, ready to go. And he has got tough competition just like Tyler Breeze had. But Breeze impressed me. Did he impress you? Let me know in the chat and in the comment section. Can Lio Rush do the same? Well, if he is to do so, he is going to have to impress against the United States Champion, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy, who does double duty. Of course, he was in the main event on SmackDown against Axel Perfect. If you did not catch that main event contest, you can do so on demand on my YouTube channel. What a matchup it was on SmackDown. And Jeff Hardy is again in action here tonight on SmackDown Dark. And of course, he has the United States Championship around his waist. That matchup ending in a no contest, a double count out. And it does mean that Axel Perfect, his record is still intact. He has not picked up a loss. However, he does now have a 1 in the draw column of his record, and that's the same for Jeff Hardy. No one lost the other night, a double count out, but then of course the afters, which if you didn't see it, well, check it out for yourself. Go and watch it on demand. But here we go, Hardy in action once again. And Lio Rush, well, is Hardy going to try and delete, maybe paying homage there to his brother, who hasn't exactly done too well since heading over to Monday Night Raw. In fact, a terrible, torrid time for Matt Hardy. Hardy on the verge of announcing retirement on Monday Night Raw, only to be interrupted by the Freak, who may have put Hardy out indefinitely. And I hope that's not the case, but Jeff Hardy carrying things forward for the Hardy Boys here on SmackDown, and this evening on SmackDown Dark. And Hardy begins to unload on Lio Rush, and Lio Rush turns the table. Don't be deceived by the size of Lio Rush. As you see, he has strength, but I'd say his best attribute is his speed and quickness. Lio Rush already perched on that second rope. Hardy, no slouch at all. We know that. That's why he's the current United States Champion. But Rush, looked like he was going for a neck breaker off that second rope. Didn't get it. Hardy moved out the way, and Jeff Hardy with an elbow to the back. I think it was to the back of the head. And just to clarify, this is not a title match, but it is a great opportunity nonetheless for Rush. And, well, Hardy missed the diving clothesline. Rush able to step out the way. Hardy does get the knee. Went for the forearm. Rush escaped, went round the back. Basement Inseguri. And Jeff Hardy rolls to the outside, but Lio Rush in hot pursuit, and a cutter to the concrete floor. And Rush enjoyed that, and so did the fans. Really good start from Lio Rush. Coming up from NXT. He's holding his own here on SmackDown Dark. Leg drop right across the chest of Jeff Hardy, and Hardy now rolled to the outside maybe to catch a breather. Didn't really get a chance to catch his breath because Lio Rush is everywhere. Rush now on the top rope. Hurricane Rana takes down Hardy, hangs on for the pin, and 2 count for Lio Rush. And the factor that we must consider is, will Jeff Hardy be feeling the effects of that matchup against Axel Perfect? Because if he is, then Hardy might not be 100%, and that may allow Lio Rush to capitalise. And here we go again. That shadow of a figure watching this matchup unfold, just as the same shadow watched over the United States Championship match between Hardy and Axel Perfect on SmackDown. So we have a very interested watcher, and the watcher continues to watch here tonight on SmackDown Dark. Who could it be? Let me know in the chat and in the comments. I've already seen some of your guesses. Keep them coming. And if you fancy yourself as a bit of a commentator and want to be the voice of an episode of Dark, then make sure you check the link in the description for the details of how to do so, and you could indeed be the special guest commentator for an episode of SmackDown or Raw Dark. I'd love to hear from you. I've already had some fantastic commentators on the series thus far, as Jeff Hardy gets a 2 count against Lio Rush. And it's always good to hear the different commentators and the different takes from different members of the WWE Games community. as Hardy perched on that second rope, waiting for Rush. And Rush gets up and taken down with that chop right between the eyes. Knee to the face. And Lio Rush stumbles, and Hardy with the crossbody again. This time elects to not go for the pin, just gets to his feet, keeping the offense on Rush, but Rush floats over the top, escapes out the back, and a super kick to the knee. Oh, wow! Caught him on the temple. Could be over. Hardy. Oh! Jeff Hardy stunned by that kick. It was a nice combination, and Rush went for the dive off the second rope. Didn't get it. Hardy still had the bearings about him to evade that assault. And Jeff Hardy somehow managing to keep control. Thought it was going to swing the momentum back in favour of Lio Rush after that kick to the temple of Jeff Hardy, but instead Hardy takes to the sky. And I'm not entirely sure if he got all of it. Crashed a little, but in crashing, he wiped out Lio Rush. Referee up to the count of 3. And Jeff Hardy making sure there isn't going to be any sort of no contest, as he makes sure Rush gets inside the ring, and Hardy ducks underneath. Leapfrog over the top. Rush comes forward, and this time Hardy connects with the clothesline. Went for it earlier, didn't get it. Second time lucky for Jeff Hardy, and now Hardy perched on the top rope. He can fly as well. And Jeff Hardy with a missile dropkick connects. Now official 1, 2 on Rush with the shoulder up. And Hardy questions the call. Don't think Jeff Hardy would have been doing that last night on SmackDown. Where potentially Axel Perfect could have wrestled away the United States Championship if this very same official had indeed kept an eye on the pinfall. He was too slow on the night, but here we go. And Hardy gets the shoulder up. Successive pinfalls from both men, but neither man able to gain the 3. Lio Rush, I'd say, has been equally as impressive as Tyler Breeze earlier, so a bright future for both superstars, as Hardy with a kick to the midsection, and that took the breath away of Lio Rush, but Lio Rush counters, comes back, a knee of his own, and Hardy pushed back into the corner, a chop from Rush, a kick to the leg, and Hardy, snapped back, and Lio Rush with a side kick and a kick to the back, and the kicks are coming fast and furious. Hardy up, European uppercut, scoops up Lio Rush, and Rush dropped in the perfect position. Is Hardy looking? I thought he might go for the swanton, but instead goes for the moonsault and the daredevil, the risk taker. And that's what happens when you take risks. Sometimes they pay off, sometimes they don't. And in this instance, it didn't. And Hardy, nearly finds himself at a loss after making that mistake, that high-risk mistake. And that's Lio Rush, who heads to the sky, and Rush connects with the double foot stomp. He quickly goes for the pin. Lio Rush looking for a huge victory, but he doesn't get there. We have to credit Rush for using the speed to get onto the pin. He did. He gave Hardy no time at all to think about kicking out, but Hardy somehow did. And Hardy is back up, and Hardy, chopping the life out of Lio Rush. Rush went for the kick. Hardy says, no, not this time. Instead, another chop from Hardy. A forearm. And that rattled Lio Rush. And Rush almost out on his feet as he's dumped into the corner by the charismatic Enigma, but turns the tables on Jeff Hardy. What a contest. 2 amazing contests here on SmackDown Dark. I'm very happy tonight that Maynard Reig is indeed on an assignment, so I can call this one Hurricane Rana top rope. Wow! Rush with a rush of his own to Jeff Hardy. And you can see fatigue setting in on Lio Rush, but he's up again on that top rope. Lio Rush, here he comes, the neck breaker. Well, he went for that move off the second rope earlier, didn't get it. He catches him this time, and Lio Rush. Are we about to see a huge upset? Hardy with a defensive kick. Whisper in the wind. Where did that even come from Hardy? And my goodness me, Lio Rush is a long way from home across the ring. Swanton bomb, he still gets him. 1, 2, 3, Jeff Hardy. Wow, that is why he is the United States Champion. A valiant effort from Lio Rush coming up from NXT. He impressed, but Jeff Hardy would not be kept down. Hardy took the offense of Rush, took everything he dished out, and then delivered a swanton bomb of his own. And my goodness, Jeff Hardy is the victor here on Dark. And well, again, the Watcher has seen enough. He's out of here. Who on earth is it? I don't know. Let me know in the chat and in the comments. Thank you for joining us for another episode of SmackDown Dark.